Hey everybody, it's Terina Matthews with Create with Tree. That's me. And today I am in an event over on the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. It is called Trash to Treasure. And so basically what we're doing is we have all been taking something that we find that either we found or recycled, upcycled, um, found in the trash, and we're going to make it better and make it into something new. And this is a subject that is near and dear to my heart. Um, but first, a couple things before I go on. Before me was Wendy at Chocolicious, and after me is Martha at BU Crafty. And if you don't see that little red live right there, that means you're on the replay. And all of the replays from everybody today will be over in the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. So something that's very near and dear to my heart is upcycling. And I love to go find old doors. So I've got, this is like kind of a cruddy old door that I found. And you can find these at the thrift store. You can find these at construction supply stores that the rehab stores. We have several of them around us. So and even garage sales. Sometimes people redo their kitchens or whatever, and you can find these doors. And sometimes this is raw wood, and so to me it says that somebody bought too many and then but it's kind of damaged. So I kind of wonder if it got damaged and they just got rid of it. But anyway, I'm super excited. I'm actually going to be doing the Lord's Prayer transfer. I've done this before, but I did have this idea to do it on an upcycled thing. And so we're going to do that. Let me flip you guys around here really quick. All right, so we are going to do some painting. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this main area white. I love these doors because they've got really beautiful like detail, like almost like molding that you would find on a wall. Sorry, I'm putting on an apron so I don't mess up my clothes because I'm going to be painting. Um, Normally, I would paint with our chalk paste, but because this is such a huge area, I'm actually going to use just some chalk paint. I'm going to use white for this whole entire area. And then I do want my frame black, and so I probably end up um, doing everything white. So I'm just going to pour a little bit on here. Okay. And just start painting. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally like spray paint it. It's up to you. I don't mind. I don't mind painting. I'm not a furniture upcycler normally, but I don't mind doing like cabinet doors um, and turn them into something else. I've done a lot of these over the years, and they're super easy, and they turn out really great. Just keep. And I love, this is a furniture brush. I actually love these because you can kind of like pounce into the corners and the little detail areas. I'm just going to keep going with the paint. We are going to crackle the frame. So this will be considered the frame of the piece when we're done. And this particular door just about fits a C-size transfer, which is a 12 by 18. I don't think it's exactly going to fit. I did kind of measure it, We might have to use a little bit at the top on the frame. We'll just work it out. But I love this size of a door. They really are. They really make for beautiful pieces. And again, somebody just was throwing this away. And you can look at like the Restore Store or Rehab. It's like the Habitat for Humanity stores. They have got really great things you can find in there. Now, if you can't find a door and you want to do something like this, you could always go to like Lowe's or Home Depot or some hardware store wherever you live and get an unfinished. I call them naked doors because they're not finished. There's no paint on them. There's nothing on them. They're basically raw wood, and you could do this, but you're going to pay more. And I think when you find these at like a place like the Restore Store or at a garage sale or something, it's about the finding things, right? I love doing that. It's like a hunt, like a treasure hunt. Thus, trash to treasure. That's the whole theme. And then also you're going to need some glue, some type of glue to crackle. We're going to use Mod Podge today. We're going to crackle the frame. Now, I don't necessarily need to do another coat around, but I do need another coat in the center, okay? Because we're going to paint the outside and this area, the molding area. We're going to paint that another color. And you can choose to paint whatever color you want. I'm just trying to do some neutral colors. And when we crackle, the white will show through. And I don't know if you can notice, if you've noticed, but I'm going in one direction with the grain of the wood. Okay. And then just smoothing out around. I don't want that paint pulled up anywhere. All right. Okay, let me grab the heat tool. Put that aside. To speed up the process, we're going to use a blow dryer heat tool to dry the paint. Okay, once everything is dry, you want to make sure that everything is dry before you go on. We will be waxing this, but you just really want to make sure that center specifically is really dry. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take Mod Podge. You can use school glue, whatever you have, and we're going to work a section at a time. Okay, so we're going to do the molding first, and that's this area, and we're going to do the pesto in there. Okay. Again, if you're here, make sure you say hello, and we would love it if you share this event. I'm trying not to get any on the top part. It's okay if you do. It'll just dry because we're not putting anything on top of it. And you can use inexpensive school glue. You don't have to use Mod Podge, but I'm just trying to use up my Mod Podge that I've got. And it does not need to be thick. And what this is going to do is going to give you that crackle and make it look aged. Because, sorry, I know this board's kind of big compared to my screen. So I'm just going to go over this molding area. And then what happens is when you put the color on top and it starts to dry, it will crackle. Gives a really cool effect. This down, sorry. Looks like I got everything. Set this aside. Now this is chalk paste. So we're just going to paint it on top. And if I go over a little bit, it's okay because I'll show you a way to fix that. On this side, it's okay because we're going to do black over the top. But on this side, we're gonna kind of rough it up at the end. So it'll take away any kind of like accidents and boo-boos we make. I like crafting like that, right? It covers up the mistakes. Have you ever tried anything like this before? Have you guys um, found anything and upcycled it? I love that's when I first found Chalk Couture, I actually that's what I would do. I loved finding trash and turn it into treasure. It's kind of my jam. Still is. I love doing that. All right. Just trying to get into the little nooks and crannies here. Oh, I got a little bit of green paint or green paste. I'll fix that in a minute. I don't want this to dry without paint on it or paste on it. And then we'll speed it along with our heat tool again. And if you don't have a heat tool, you have a blow dryer, that works just as fine, just as well. Trying to be as smooth as I possibly can. Now you can leave this and it'll start drying and cracking on its own. But you guys, I'm impatient. So we're gonna have to speed this up. Oh, I just got it all over again. Look at me. Just splattering it around. Okay, let me put this to the side. And then we're going to take my heat tool and we're going to start drying this. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of slight. You can kind of see it. It's not doing it as much as I like, and that's okay, but I can start seeing it. And as it really starts to set, it's going to split apart even more. So let's move on because I don't want you guys to sit here and watch paint dry. That's like the worst part. So now we're going to do the frame part, and then it's all going to come together. So we're going to paint the frame with the Mod Podge, or if you've got school glue, that works too. So I'm just painting on the Mod Podge. And then we're going to paint the frame black. Okay. Another thing too is if you don't get the rustic or the roughed up look that you want, or you're going for, you can always take like a gator sander or a piece of sandpaper and you can kind of rough it up. Okay, let me move this down so you guys can see. But it is splitting, and I can see it splitting. It may just not do it enough. And I think what we're going to do on this one, just because I'm trying not to be in a hurry, but I'm in a hurry because, we only have an hour with you guys. And I don't want to run over Martha's time. So I think I'm going to do one thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dry the glue just a teeny tiny bit. Let's see where I missed some right here. You don't want to dry it all the way. Just a little tiny bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did with the green, but now we're going to do black. And I am going to try to be careful. I don't want to overlap that green too much. All right. And after, because I don't want to take up too much time with this, after I'll go around and do the underneath side parts just to finish it off. And then I also do finish the back. Either I'll paint it white or black, probably white, just because I don't want, it's really dark when it's black. Let me move this down. Oops, kind of got that over the green. That's okay. That's okay. I can come back with a little piece of sandpaper and fix that right up. That's the beautiful part about doing a very rustic look on a piece is sandpaper will fix it. It definitely will fix it. All right, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any pieces. Okay, let me set this aside. Do the same thing. Take the heat tool. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it's starting to like split. It's like little hairline splits. So it's good. It's going to take just a few minutes to really dry this. So by the power of magic television and the magic of television, sorry, I didn't want you guys to watch paint dry. So I let it dry a little bit. And then because I'm in my craft room, I don't love to sand while I'm in my craft room. So I took it out to the garage and I kind of helped a little bit. A lot of this happened, like all the cracking and stuff, happened with the glue drying and the paint drying. But then I wanted to sand and really rough up the edges a little bit more, so I did that with some sandpaper. I just used an 80 grit sandpaper to do that. And honestly, the more roughed up, the better. I love that look. Okay. So, and I didn't want you guys to have to watch all that because again, I want to show you the rest of it. And so, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our surface wax and we are going to wax this main surface right here. And then I will probably end up doing something on these on the top and the bottom of the frame. And so I'm going to also wax those. Because this is a white surface, I want to make sure that my towel, my rag is dry. Or sorry, clean, not dry, clean. I don't want any other color on that surface. So just make sure that your rag is clean. Okay. And then you're just going to buff it. You want it nice and smooth. Okay. If you get it where it's going to, that means it's too sticky and you've got too much wax on there. Then I'm also going to just go back the top. Or maybe we'll just wax the whole frame. It's fine. And then I will seal this whole thing up once we're done. Using any type of wax just kind of seals the paint anyway, but I will go over with a like a satin clear. Doesn't that look cool? I just think I love the rustic look of it. And just a little bit of sandpaper really adds to that roughed up look. Makes it look more vintage. Okay, so cleaning all that off. Beautiful. That looks great. So I'm gonna grab, I've got, let's grab some black. And I think I want to get some nominee, which is like a gold. Where did it go? There it is. I see that gold. Just love that. And then I already have pesto out. All right, I think we're just going to go to that point. Let's start at the top. And I do know that this part up here is not going to fit on the main part of the board. So let's center that. We're going to do that in nominee. Okay. And again, guys, after me is going to be Martha from BU Crafty. And I'm sure she's got an amazing project in store for us. I really appreciate all those who've gone before me with their wonderful projects. You can see all the replays. If you missed anybody, you can catch everybody's replay over on the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. And please share these out. All of our crafters, we do this full time, and we love to bring different projects for you guys. All right, let's do this. That's stunning. Love that. Let's dry that. Look how that just pops right up. Okay, so then we're gonna center this. I want to cover that and protect the Lord's Prayer. Let's center this. Oh, just a little bit. I love that you can see through our transfers just a tiny bit. Helps in the centering. And I think I want like the lines I want in nominee as well. And then I want this in that pesto green. So we're going to work quickly. And let me just do this line right here. This line right here. Pull that up. You don't want your colors to bleed, or sorry, dry in the screen. And so that's why I did that. It's called paste and pull. I'm just going to do black. I'm just going to go down just a little bit, and then we'll pull that up. Make sure you get all of those screens covered. Just trying to make sure I'm not going over something I wanted another color. So we'll go right up. Oh, I got a little bubble. I got a bubble. Dang it. Okay, we'll fix that. We'll come back and fix that. And I will show you how we'll fix that. It is very important that you don't have bubbles. Okay. Okay. I have a little bit of a bleed right here because I had a bubble, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. So now we're going to do this in pesto. And the rest we're going to do in black. do the hands in black. I remember this in my great grandmother's house. I loved it. This reminds me of her home. That and um, the dinner, the Last Supper. That's pretty. Lay that back down. We'll keep moving. Just keep going. Keep moving along. And then lift as you go. That's pretty. Okay. Anytime you lift, you want to make sure that everything is down so you don't get a bubble like I did. Oh, I just put my finger in the chalk paste because I feel like I'm in such a hurry and I don't want to be in a big hurry because I don't want to make a mistake. I'm trying to avoid these little areas because we want to do those in, oh, and I just went over it, in nominee. We can come back. We'll come back and do an overlay in nominee on that. Because we're going to have to fix it anyway. We're going to have to fix the other ones anyway. Okay, let me lift that up. So pretty. Pretty, pretty. Lay that down. Okay. Back with some nominee right here. Here. All right. We're going to pull that up, the whole thing. And then we're going to fix that little bleed area. Wow. So pretty. So what we're going to do now is, because we have a couple of little bleeds, we're going to actually paint over this area. And this is how you fix it. So just paint over the area that you want fixed. And we'll do this whole entire area right here. It won't cover everything, meaning that you'll still see like the shadow of the letters, and that's okay. We're just trying to cover up the bleed. But it helps, instead of just painting one letter or something, it helps to paint like a whole phrase or a whole word. Okay. We will. So also make sure you wash your transfer. It makes it easier when going back over something. Just kind of blend that paint in. I'm going with the grain of the wood. Okay. And like this one down here also needs to be fixed. So I'm going to paint down here as well. And if you give yourself a bigger space to redo, it looks, in case you get it off just a tiny bit, it doesn't look off because you've got such a big space that you've done. I hope that makes sense. Okay, just finish this up. And you want to make sure that it is nice and dry and then wax the area again. Okay. I'm just blending that paint in. Okay. That looks pretty good. You just want it to look seamless. That's all. I'm going to dry this up. There's a little area right here. There's a smudge. I just don't want that to show through. And then one down here. Just go back over until you're happy. Now let's wax that. And again, I want you guys to know to stay tuned for Martha, who is after me from BU Crafty. She's got a project for you. She'll be our last crafter of the day. So make sure to check her out. And then all the replays can be found on the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. Go over there and check out whoever you missed, all the crafters today. Okay. Now I did wash this, so we're just going to put this right back on. Line up the words. Okay. So let me do some nominee real quick. Just kind of fill in where I missed. And it does not have to be perfect either, because remember, this is I'm going for a very rustic look. So I'm not going for perfect. That's beautiful. Just right here, here, here. I love the nominee. It's a metallic gold. It's absolutely beautiful. My favorite gold color that we've got. Beautiful. Okay. Over that again there, just for the heck of it. Okay, now let's do that black one more time. Just cover up the screens. And I did see a little space right here I missed. Okay, let's pull that back. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Like you can't even tell. Can't even tell. What mistake? Where? What bleed? Where? All right, let's do down here. There's never a reason to panic. There's always a fix. We can always fix it. Okay, it's done. Almost done. I did see a little spot I missed because of that crack in the board. Okay, let's see. Did I get everything? I did get everything. Look at that. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to put this back on the backer sheet and we'll wash that off. You guys, this is so pretty. Let's dry this off real quick. The one last thing I really wanted to do before I'm finished is I'm going to take that, my antique photo distressor ink and just kind of go around the edges a little bit. Add a little bit more distressing. It just gives it that aged look a little bit more. That looks great. What do you guys think? Even with the boo-boo, we fixed it. All right, let me go here. Hi, friends. Okay, let me pull this up so you guys can see. What do you think? Turned out so pretty. I love it. Very rustic. Very rustic. That was the look I was going for. So, again, if you guys are just refresh, if you're over on DIY Arts and Crafts Room, if you just refresh your page or the page, the group, sorry, you'll see Martha in just a few minutes. And I'm so grateful for you guys to for being here today and supporting myself and the other crafters. If you are not, like I said, if you're not already following each of our crafters, please go do that. It helps us and it helps our business. And make sure that you turn on notifications for the DIY Arts and Crafts Room because we do post in here every day. I have had such a great time and I appreciate you for showing up for all of us. And I will see you guys next time. This has been Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. See you later. Bye, everybody.